Come on, survive, y'all. Welcome to Para T Adventures. Today's adventure, we're back on the 350, guys. If y'all been following along, y'all know everything that we done did to this thing. All right. If this is your first time seeing it, we've completely rebuilt this motor, guys, and we're in the final stages of it. All right. Today, we're going to be putting on our thermostat and thermostat housing. We're going to put our headers on, and we're going to try to get some of the accessories put on if I can find out where I put all the bolts for them. I don't remember. So you'll just have to stick around, find out, and see if we're gonna get to that today or not. So let's get to it. All right, y'all. So if y'all follow along, yesterday we put on the intake and the distributor. And if you noticed, or if you remember, should I say, uh, I didn't do these middle bolts because I said I didn't have the right washers for it. Well, I went back, looked in the box that the intake come in, and I actually found some some little washer things that actually fit in the gaps in them big holes there. They got two different styles. They got this style here and a slimmer style. So I put these in here, and the thicker ones actually fit better. So that's what we're gonna start off with today. We're gonna stick these little inserts. Take them little inserts, and they kind of at an angle there because the intake goes in at an angle. So you just take it, put the far side from you, drop it in. Same thing, drop it in, boom. And then now the bolts go in nice and easy, and I can tighten them down without them wanting to slip through them big old cracks. So, dumb mistake on my part, but that's why I'm here. I mess up and fix my mess ups so you don't have to. So, I'm gonna finish tightening these down, and then we're gonna get started on that thermostat, guys. So, let's get it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and torque these last two bolts down. If y'all remember, your intake bolts got to be around 25 foot-pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and do it in stages. I'm gonna start out with a 10, then we'll work our way up to 15, and then 25. So there's 10. Hit a little click, good to go. Hit a little click, good to go. Now we're gonna bump it up to 15. Click, click. All right, 25. All right. Now that's a wrap for the intake. So now we're gonna jump onto the thermostat. After that, I got some headers we're gonna go ahead and put on, and then I'm gonna see, like I said, if I can find my bolts for the accessories, we'll go ahead and get that put on too. One thing I want to touch back on for the rocker arms, guys. When we went to install that yesterday, I showed y'all how to set the lash. All right, get zero lash on all of them. But what I forgot to tell y'all is once you're done with that, you come back and you tighten every single one of them down 3/4 of a turn. And you don't have to rotate or anything like that. So once you're done with the rotations and you got all the lash out of it, come back and that sets your preload. So after that, you're good to go. So I went ahead and I did that last night after I'd already shut the camera off. But I did that, so our lifters and valves and all that, it's good to go. So let's get started on this thermostat. All right, y'all. Got a brand new thermostat here. I want to say I went with 185 degrees. I can't remember what I ordered. Been so long ago. But you set that in place like that. Okay, make sure it's slit, fits right into that little slot. Then have a gasket. Gasket goes right on top there. Make sure that's lined up. Drop your housing on. And then now you can just drop your bolts in. Now don't worry guys, I know my bolts are a little ugly here. I'm gonna come back and touch them up with some paint after I'm done with it. I didn't want to mess them up tightening them down, but I'm gonna go ahead and paint those black. I'm gonna paint the rest of the engine. Might as well do the little things. So let's get it torqued down guys. We're gonna tighten it down until it touches base. Basically hand tight. Okay, come to this side, do the same thing. All right, so now the torque specs for this is 20. So I'm gonna do it in 2 stages. I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 10. We'll torque it down. Okay, and now we'll go to 20. But check with your manufacturer for whatever your torque specs are supposed to be. Don't go off of any of my torques that I'm doing. Every engine is different, so find out what fits your engine best, what you bought, and voila, that is done. Now we're gonna go ahead and see about putting these brand new shiny headers we got. Put that on there. Making some headway, guys. All right, y'all. So I got these headers from a buddy of mine. It was really his friend. Didn't know the guy, but my buddy knew him and he trusted him. Supposedly he built engines all the time. Told me these headers was gonna fit. I never checked them, but I went to put them on, and they're not even close to what's supposed to go on here. So I got ripped off. So now I gotta go online and order me some real headers that actually fit this. So, well, we ain't putting that on. That's just great. So let's jump over to the next thing. Guess we'll go ahead and put our pulley on the bottom here because I know where that stuff is, and then we'll look at finding the rest of the accessories. Get all that on and see. Might have to shut it down early again and wait on some more parts to come in. So let's get to that at least. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this bolt out of the middle here. And we can mount our pulley up. I'm just gonna put a little bit of never sees on there. And try to get it started. I think these are the right bolts. I get it started in there straight. Go ahead and tighten her down. All right. I'll put our center bolt back in. And tighten it back down. All right. Now we'll see if I can find my water pump bolts, and we'll get that put on. All right, y'all. So I went ahead and I got the alternator assembly put on. Okay. But I started looking at a few things, and I'm already running into some more issues. So with the other side here, if I set it into place, my other side where the AC compressor and power steering is going to go. I set it in place like that. Okay. I'm already seeing some issues here. So one, this right here, I'm gonna have to change this thermostat housing out because it's going straight into it. I'll never be able to get a hose on it, especially once I put the compressor on. And then the next problem I got is with the water pump. So if you look at my water pump here, it has this secondary spout. Okay. If I set that into place, it is mighty close to the underneath of this pulley system here. So it might not be a problem, but it's definitely going to be a tight fit to try to get any holes and clamp on there. But we'll cross that when it comes time for it. But it's looking mighty tight there. But for sure we have an issue with this one here. Luckily I have some spares thermostat housings. So I have one that's going to come straight out the top, and hopefully that'll be out the way. The only other thing I'm hoping here, I didn't get my AC compressor out yet, but I'm hoping it doesn't interfere with that. I don't think it goes that far back, but we'll have to see when we go to put that on there. I may have to get some new valve covers to where my oil ports on this one here instead of this one, if it happens to hit. Hopefully it's far enough back. We'll see when the time comes for that. So for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get that water pump installed. Now, my these aren't sealed off, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get some of that Teflon sealant to put on there. So I'm gonna do for now, I'm putting a little bit of Teflon sealant on my threads, and I slip it into the housing of the water pump. And slide my gasket on. That way I know my gasket's gonna be in place. And we'll see if we can get these two bolts started. All right, got that one started. Can't get my hand in there, so I'll use this one. All right, before I get too tight, I'll put my other two on. That way I can line up my gasket. Make sure I'm not off. Definitely don't want no water leaks. Now we can tighten them all down. So I'm gonna put them all hand tight to start, and I'll come back and torque them down. And the torque specs for these, since I don't feel like looking it up, is tight enough. And that's a wrap.